Hi everybody, for today's project we're going to need a glue gun, some craft interfacing. This is 70 Peltex by Pallon. This is a wooden C that I've painted with folk art red cardinal paint. Cardinal red, sorry. Some thread, a glue stick, as always. Glass crystal beads from Walmart. These are, I think, $3.50. Some seed beads. A pencil. Some garland gift wrap. I got this at Target during Christmas last year, but they also have it year-round in the floral section at Walmart. A pair of scissors, an 8-inch embroidery hoop, and a fat quarter of fabric. You don't need a fat quarter, you could use a yardage or anything you have around. I'm taking the inner ring of the hoop and tracing it onto the interfacing. Then I'm going to cut that out. I think this is a good project if you needed to make multiples of something, because pretty much everything could be done in one day. You could do multiples in one day and then another day spend all day beading them. And you don't even have to do the beading, you could glue those on if that makes it easier for you, and then you could definitely have a lot of them done in one day. Now I'm securing the interfacing to the inner ring. I'm just putting a couple squirts of glue on there to make sure that it stays in place. Tension from the fabric's going to hold everything together, but this is just for a little added security while I'm working. Then we're going to take our glue stick and put a little on here. This is going to act as basting, again, to keep our fabric where we need it while I'm working. And what you're going to do is get that as tight as you can get it. I'm just going to rip this down to a square so it's easy to work with, but don't cut the fabric yet. You're going to want to do that once everything is done. And you're just pulling and tugging and getting that as tight as you can, tight as a drum. Now I'm going to take my letter, and I still think this C looks weird, the shape of it. I never did get it quite right. But in putting it down, I'm going to use a pencil to make some light marks around it so I know where to put it later when we actually glue it down. You can't see them, but they're there. And you can see in this picture I have a little bit of basting down, which not necessary, but I put it down anyway. Now I've made a wreath out of the garland here, and I'm gluing it down in just a couple spots. You don't want to use too much glue here, because eventually we will be stitching through this. See, I just put a little dot there to hold it in place while I'm working again. Now I'm taking my needle and thread, and I'm just going to tack this down in a couple places. You just want to make sure you're grabbing at least one of the wires. There's 3 loops going around to form that wreath, and just grab one. This will make it easier when we're sewing on the berries later. I'm just going up and down, making sure to get the thread in between everything so it's not showing. Now I'm showing you where I'm going to put these glass crystal beads. I'm doing them in like a star shape so they're evenly spaced out. That's always how I figure out how things need to be. And then to attach them, I'm coming up from the back, putting on a crystal and a seed bead, then going back through the crystal again, and then going down and tying off. The seed bead is just there to act as a stopper, and so you don't see any of the thread. So it's crystal, seed bead, go back through the crystal, and then go down and tie off. And here I'm realizing that my wreath is definitely not straight. It's not covering and it's not even. So I'm just going back and adding another round of this little garland. And there it is with everything down. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to work on this C, and I cut a lot of this out because I could not get it straight. In fact, after this video is over, I go back, take it off, and reposition it again for the final picture. You're just going to take some hot glue and get it on there. Straighten it out for the 10th time. And that's pretty much it. On the back, you would just put some paper over it to cover up all your work. Some nice patterned Christmas paper. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great day.